What up, Sue? Sparks of Peter.
How are you?
Good, you leaving? Chilling. What's up, guys? Anyone popping in or replay gang? What's good? This ain't gonna be a very long live stream, but just wanted to pop in and say hello. What up, Pearl? How you doing? Welcome on in. Yeah, I got a stack of paperwork that I gotta get through. So, you know, I'm good. I am good. Thank you so much for joining in, saying hello, and hello, Paula. How are you? I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. We just actually went to go do some what you call it? We have our work party, Christmas party on. What's up, Juan? How you doing, player? Play, y'all. We have our work Christmas like party thingamajig on Friday evening, so we took a ride down to go do some shopping real quick, and then we got my favorite BK on deck. So decided to switch it up a little bit. I actually ate a double cheeseburger earlier, like the little itty bitty kid size ones, but got the original chicken sandwich, which always slaps like super hard too. But thank you guys so much for coming in. Juan's in the house, at least most, and my home girl Paula. But other than that, how's everyone doing today? Anyways, so yeah, we're actually going to go visit my boy John tomorrow. So found some hoodies, because I'm gonna press a hoodie for Amy and Squish. But so we're trying to figure out sizes here. But anyway, so Amy went into the office today, so she is not working remotely. So I know we were saying coming on Wednesday. Say hello to y'all. Really? How cold is it up there, Pro? So it is hot outside. Like, I'm wearing this flannel and I am hot. It's 75 outside for us right now. And even this morning, it didn't even really feel like super cold like it would typically feel. But anywho, but it's kind of crazy. Like, we think about ways things were. I don't know the topic today. Before I have to go, I eat my sandwich and knock down this pile of paperwork that I got. Was theme parks then and now, and I know Manny was actually the one who suggested it, so he could kind of like link back later on and kind of see what we talk about if he joins in, watches the replay gang. But it's kind of curious, like, to think about how theme parks were back then to how they are now. So I know a lot of people that are over on the UB2B community, they talk about how it's better now, but then I know a fat chunk of them, a very fat chunk of them, start talking about how it was back then and how it was a lot better back then. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's Manny Rail. What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Thank you for loving the flannel. Oh, 52 with the rain. See, supposedly, we were supposed to be having the craziest, wettest winter. And we didn't see no rain as of yet. But Manny actually brought up, how do people feel about the ambience at theme parks now? So, how do you guys feel about it? I see Pearl says, kind of miss the OG theme parks. Like, and I do too. Like, we had, and I was actually going to try to find some of this stuff too, but I didn't have the time to, because like I got the stack of paperwork that got dropped on me. But I started thinking about, just things back then. I know, change your name. That's dope. Manny Rail will be a lot easier to type in when I'm in the chats, in other people's chats too. But I really do think about back then, like theme parks, like little things, little OG things, like Universal Studios. We'll take that for instance. There was a lot of stuff back then, at least being a kid, remembering what things used to be like. Oh, well, little things that they would put out that would make us happy, I think a lot of the times now, if it's not flashy, if it's not animatronics, if it's not doing a whole song and dance, kids aren't into it. Kids for real are not into it. Like, if any of you guys ever went to the OG Universal Studios, I don't know if you guys remember, they used to have the capsule. The capsule from Apollo 13 used to be right there. They had the cutouts of the astronauts, Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon and Bill Paxton used to be there. Like, it was dope. Like, it was actually legitimately cool to just sit there next to him. What's up, D? How you doing, my friend? And what's up, Jude? How you doing? So they would have cutouts like that. And those used to make us happy. I think every time, and that's as a season pass holder for Universal, we would just take pictures with it. What's up? JG Voyages in the house. What's up, Rochelle? How are you? Mama to be right there. Great conversation about sushi. And I laugh about it, and just so that I'll tell you guys everything. Because when I was chatting with Rochelle, Mama to be, very soon. Like, just again, way kids would eat. It's crazy because I hear a lot of kids now, and just to loop it up to what I was talking about with Rochelle about, kids are very particular in the theme parks what they want to eat. They won't eat this, or they won't go there, and they have to eat this, and they won't do this. Hey, what's up, Vanta Cruz in the house? And I'm very fortunate with Squish because she's not picky. In fact, on the contrary, all she wants to do is eat fish. So I don't ever have that argument if we want to go have sushi, because Squish is all about it. She will eat the fish. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't even know what the fish is. I just know it's fish. But it's fish. I mean, I think I know the spicy tuna and like the some of the other rolls, like the shrimp tempura rolls, like those are easy recognizable. But I think yellowtail too. But I don't really know. But Squish with the sushi, no questions asked. She's all good. But even then, because when we go to Disney and we eat at, man, I don't even know the name of the place. The place right below the Magic Key Terrace, the Trattoria, the Italian place. Her favorite sushi's from over there, and she'll tear down that sushi over there and just absolutely tear it down. So she's not a picky one. Obi loves sushi, which is great. And not great because sushi is expensive and he wants his own 2 rolls. You're right. So we spicy tuna is bomb. That's like and then we had the well, I'll get into before we go back over to the OG, but the spicy tuna is the best. And it's crazy because yeah, we'll try to go to happy hour sushi because man, I'll eat my chunky self will put down at least 8 rolls, and then Amy will put down her rolls, but then she always has to get gyozas with it too, and then the edamame, and then Squish wants her own too. So yeah, we have to make sure that yeah we go happy hour, man, where we can get happy hour prices. But surprisingly enough, one of the places that I was least expecting to have good sushi was actually in Chicago, and they don't actually call it like rolls. So we had no idea. Like we saw, was it called maki? I think it was called like spicy tuna maki, and then tempura shrimp tempura maki. I'm like, what the heck is a? Oh yeah, spider rolls are bomb. And I was like, the hell is a maki? But I guess that's what they call it over. They don't call it rolls. They call it maki, unless they call it other places. But that's the first time I ever heard that. And I was like, okay, cool. Maki's it is, man. Maki's all around. But Pearl's never eaten sushi. Do you not like fish, or is it just something that you've never come across? You know, kind of curious. Just to see. But again, back to the theme park. So yeah, like even then, back then, it just seemed to be a lot simpler. Just a whole lot simpler, where you would take pictures over just little silly things when you were over there, and and then I guess food. I think I want to say back then was pretty good. I'm glad she's open to it. Hoping Charmaine will be too, since Corey and I love trying new food. See, and I think once you start, just with kids in general, if you start them with exploring things now, or when they can, when they're allowed to, let them expose them to everything without giving your opinion. Because the real thing, I think, one of your and even now, like even to this day, till like right now, like if like okay, I'm eating this very sloppy original chicken sandwich from Burger King. Anna, he's in the house. What's up? Yes, let's have lunch together. If I take a bite of it and Squish is with me, I won't say whether I like it or not. And Amy will say whether she likes it or not. It's not till we've all eaten it that we actually say what you think. And if Squish is like, oh, it's pretty good. Okay, cool. I hated it. Because, again, some kids sometimes are swayed by what their parents say. Some kids growing up will not eat fish, will not eat this, will not eat greens, will not eat this or that, or any of the above, because their parents hate it. They've never had a bite of it in their life, and they just have never had it. Or they get it in their head, whether their parents say it or not, that it's not good. And you know what? It's just one of those things that when we have an opinion about something, we keep it ourselves until we all try it, and then we tell what our opinions is. So, I don't know. Might be something to do, with Charmaine. You and Corey have it. Give it to her as she gets older. Introduce her new stuff. And have her give her opinion first, so she can't piggyback off of anybody. But, if she's anything like you and Corey, she's going to be independent. And she will have no problem in probably giving her opinion. But just one of the things that we do, because we've seen. And I worked in childcare. Before I worked here at the center, I worked in childcare forever. And literally heard kids say that with everything. And then, no, I hate that. Why? Because my parents hate it. Okay, but if you tried it, no. Okay. It was like a movie too. Like I think it was the Polar Express during Christmas time, ironically. Like, hey, you seen the Polar Express? No, I hate that movie. Oh, really? What didn't you like? I think it's a cute movie. Well, my dad hates that movie. But have you seen it? Nah, he said that it looks goofy and it's dumb. But you haven't seen it. So, give everything a try once, I say. And then form your opinion after that, too. But, oh yeah, take the advice. Yeah, it seemed to help out a lot, and I think from that point, from starting Squish very young, from doing that, it just made for her to be open to a lot of stuff, you know. And then she's not a big meat eater, she's a fish eater, veggies and fruits. But yeah, so 6 months left, or 6 weeks left, not months, unless she wants to come out early. That's it. So 6 weeks will take you into January. So we have another January baby. So let's hope for that, because January babies are cool. January baby right here, January 30th. So coming on up. So I'm just trying to, because I was actually looking through my Facebook, because before I really started doing a lot of like stuff through IG, and way before I did anything with the UBTubi, a lot of stuff I posted was actually on my Facebook account. So from time to time, I kind of search around through the Facebook. Like we even did all like the character stuff too, where we would just go around and take looksies around and just actually watching the progression of Squish, just in general, like going through all the theme parks, and even what they do and whether they still did it. Like it was cool because we took her to Legoland. I don't know if y'all able to see that, but it was cool because for her birthday, for Legoland, what they did was we did like the party stuff, and it was cool because all your guests that you had with you built her a Lego throne, and then that's the picture that you saw right there and then. And then let's see, that's awesome. The party continues after the holidays. That's right. That's what I always thought about it. That the party continues yet one more time, one more month. Let's go. And because my birthday's on January 30th, it's like we have an extra month of just straight partying. But no, I agree with Maddie. I think Rochelle's gonna be an amazing mom, and Corey an amazing dad. You know, and you could see a lot. I mean, you realistically could see it when it comes down to parenthood. And by no means am I a parent expert, but just from things I've seen working in the school and seeing, like, you know, if your folks have a good personality, the realistic possibility that your child will have an amazing personality is far much greater. Like, super. And you two are two super down, chill, amazing people. Therefore, it should carry over. I bought a few vintage penguins a while back. Wait, Alligator Farm? Wait, I want to know where that's at. Is that Penguins Day in 1979? I Like Puppies is in the house. See, that's because, do you know by any chance, because you know Buena Park has another theme park that's literally right down the street from where Knott's is at. Adventure, I think it's called Adventure Park, which is like a theme park geared for like babies, like not babies, but like kids that aren't yet ready to go on like their big roller coasters, but they have a little roller coaster. It's actually pretty quick too. So maybe, I don't know if Alligator Farm was around that area. It was across from Knott's. Oh wow, that's crazy. No, I don't even remember that. Well, 1979, that was a little 20 years before I was born. But Bang Bang Diner Gang, wherever Jimmy's at, I'm sure he'll appreciate that when he sees this. But then, like Knott's, like I haven't even really looked, but I don't know if you see Knott's right here with Squish as a baby. And I sat on the chair, and there was Snoopy right there too. Let me see. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, we used to live at Knott's, man. That was ours. And even then, like looking at throwbacks like these, Knott's was just a lot different too. I mean, even now they're doing renovations in Camp Snoopy, but we would spend most of our time over in Camp Snoopy doing Camp Snoopy things. And it was dope. Like, look, here's yet another one. We're Camp Snoopy. But I know a lot of people talk about how things used to be, how it was, and I mean, literally, you can literally just put cardboard cutouts back then, at least when we were kids, and we had a field day taking pictures with the cardboard cutouts. They also had a Japanese dare park. Parents brought girlfriend and clothes when they closed the park. What? That's crazy, man. I mean, if only to go back to those times, man. simpler times, you know, like to have these theme parks and stuff like that. Um, that's crazy. A deer park. So what isn't a deer park essentially? And then you think about Disney as well. Hey, I'm in the mood for Burger King. Oh, you want? Here you go, Jackie. I saved you one large fry. Here you go. Eat it, Jack. Eat it, Jackie. We have koi fish in our backyard in a pond. I love koi fish. And I actually want to get that tattooed on me. Because I really do love koi fish. I'm trying to see. Because I know at one point, I know we talked about the sound effect stuff at Universal, and I wasn't tall enough. You know, there was legitimately a height requirement that you needed to be 5'8". So my cousin D sat in on that boy, and you know that was fun watching him. But then even with the Terminator 3D, it was dope. You know, like I don't know, there's just something different. You know, what's up, Sanchez? Sanchez is in the house. Why? See, Lion Country Safari. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, all of my pictures that I have that I'm actually looking through is of Knott's. We lived at Knott's. Like, everything about our life involved Knott's. And I really do love Knott's. I think Knott's, Universal is probably my favorite now, but one of my deep down favorite ones is always going to be Knott's. For many reasons. I think, like, do you guys remember the old vintage Knott's Berry Farm commercials when they used to advertise Knott's Merry Farm? Because it was like Merry Christmas time at Knott's Merry Farm, or some redonkulous thing like that. But at the time, I didn't have season passes to any of these places. So, but just hearing that jingle when that thing came around, it was probably the most amazing, fun thing in general, because just hearing you got all hyped up for Knott's Berry Farm. Well, I can't find it. I was trying to find it, but I can't find it. But in many ways, like, I would, if you asked me back then, and actually here's a funny picture that I could tell you about. So I used to work as a camp counselor too. I was a director of a director of after school program. But that's actually me right over here. So we actually went on a field trip to Universal Studios. So all of these kids are kids that was in my camp, and my sister-in-law actually took a picture of me at this time, because they actually bought me a beer. So they had a beer, and they're like, "Oh, you want a beer?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm working. I'm working right now." I wonder if she remembers this. I gotta ask her. So they're like, "Oh, really? So, oh, well, sorry about that." And then they started double fisting, because I think this was probably before Squish was born. So probably about 13 years ago. And it was funny watching them, because back then I think if you wanted to order 10 beers, you probably could order 10 beers. They didn't care. But what's up, Doom? Awesome, man. Thank you for listening in on your way home. But my cousin's dad, I remember Lion Country Safari. See, that just sounds fresh in itself. My cousin's dad was a certified welder in the 70s. He worked on the original Colossus at 6. See, now imagine, I don't know, maybe they do have pictures. Have you ever asked Pearl if like they had pictures of them working? Because stuff like that, I love seeing vintage. Love seeing vintage stuff. I went to Knott's Merry Farm before Scary Farm. Yeah. And even then, because remember, Knott's was pretty open in space prior to all of this. Let's see. So Doom's there. Everyone's saying what up to Doom. Everyone's saying what up to Sanchez. And nobody puts gravy in the corner. Is in the house. Walking your cat. Is walking your cat a thing? I'm allergic to cats, so I don't really know much that happens in the cat world, but you can walk a cat? Now, I've seen a couple different things in my time, and I'm sorry. I know I have a tendency to kind of to segue into different things based on what you guys are talking about, but a couple different things I've seen living in Trashadina. One, one, I've seen a dude walking his bird. Like, one, he had the bird here on his arm, walking with the bird. And I literally missed the the green light because I'm watching him. And then he had like, I don't know if it was a harness or something, and put the bird on the floor. And then, like, the bird just started, like, doing a walk. He walked his bird. I've seen someone walk a squirrel. And, again, I'm not making this up, man. Like, on God. Like, and I wish I wouldn't see this when I'm driving. Because sometimes, like, I'm like, oh, my phone's, like, either on the dash right here. And I'm, like, trying to grab it. And walking a squirrel, number 2. And then, I think the one that was, like, the kicker for me, no one was walking anyone, but there was a duck being chased by a rooster down the street. And then the duck was just going, rah, 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 and started running. And I'm like, what am I seeing here? And then, of course, you guys heard the story, if you were here last time, about the dude walking up on a horse, and he went up the horse and with the bottle of tequila in his hand, and then got pulled over by a cop. So again, if there's one thing in life, when I die and I go to the afterlife and God asks me, is there one mystery in life that you want me to answer for you so it's no longer a mystery? I'm gonna say, I want to know what charge that guy on the horse got. Was it galloping under the influence? Was it horsing while intoxicated? I don't even know. But, you know, the story, I'm telling you, there's been some crazy things, man. Some crazy things. And then we went, and again, even going back to link it back to the theme parks. We went 2 places because I see somebody, well, with the cats, talking about the cats. Gio and Grace checking in from the parking lot of my kid's school. Well, thank you for checking in from the parking lot. But I think we were at Six Flags. So we went to Six Flags, and again, this was such a while ago, back at Six Flags. And we were sitting there, we were eating, and we saw a cat walk by with a mouse in his mouth. Like, just... Yeah, did he get it RUI? Yeah, it could be RUI. Could have very well been that. Yeah, so, it could have, I don't know. You know, cat just had the mouse and that was it. Cool. That was, alright, and the theme park. Alright, there's that. And then, the other one was actually not too long ago. We were at DCA, and we were actually right, like, in Plaza de Familia, I think that's the name of it, where they have those tables on the side, where Goofy Sky School's like right behind you. We were sitting at the benches that were right there, and then it's a good possibility you're probably a little inebriated, maybe a little bit intoxed in some way, shape, or form. But we were sitting, and then Squish was sitting ahead of me. I was sitting here. I think Amy was sitting right here, and then there was just the biggest rat just sit there looking at us. But it wasn't even pissed off or anything. Literally was just like... So we knotted it up. Was good. We knotted it up. Was good. And then he just took off and ran away. Well, not even ran. Just walked. So, if you ask me, that was Mickey Mouse coming to say what up. Hands down. To pull over. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Alright, Gio Grace, man. Well, I'll be here for a little while. Probably another 20 minutes or so. But, yeah. And then the rooster. And he was, and I'm like, in the car. Like, how do you process that? Like, on God. How do you process that? I don't... a rooster chasing a duck. I don't understand. Fearing for its life, you know? I don't get it. I don't know. You know? So, pretty much nothing even phases me anymore, you know? Um, yeah, that's life. But, going back to even like Disneyland, I know what I say, like, things that we can never experience. Charge, horsing around. Very well could be Doom horsing around under the influence with the bottle of tequila, and who knows, man? Who really knows? So we think back and or look back at and that's probably why Disney had rats back in the days too. But yeah, just I can't process it. I mean, I'm telling you, I saw it, and I mean, that was right on up there with the dude walking a bird, like a parrot, on a harness leash contraption of some sort, you know. And then yeah, but yeah, the real Mickey Mouse. Just but I don't know if you've ever had, like, that's a rodent look at you, like literally look at you, and then you look at it, and it looks at you, and then just walks away. I'm telling you, you can't make that up, man. You know, and to me, it just seems like animals are just becoming more chingon as the days go. You know, like, and again, we'll take it back to the theme parks one more time. Back in the days, like, you would not think about seeing wildlife anywhere near the theme parks or any sort. Now you're at the studio tour at Universal, and how much do you see coyotes just walking around? And here it is one more time. Coyotes, here goes the studio tour. Coyotes chilling at the corner, and it just looks at you. Like, literally, if it could put its hands up, it'd literally be like throwing up gang signs at me. Like, what's up, Holmes? Like, you know, like, really? Coyote, like, back in the days, again, we take it back over to then you put your light on a coyote and they ran away. This one was sitting here throwing up signs at me. And it doesn't even just stop there. It stops when you pull in to the parking lot, where you pass through up the hill, go through the gates, and you go, and right there the coyote pokes his head out, literally throwing up signs at me. And you're just like, dude, get out the way. I mean, I'm not gonna say one way or another. I'm not gonna say that what I'm saying is true. But what I will say, I mean, again, maybe I saw it, maybe I didn't, but I want to see it had a red rag in its pocket. I think coyote was a blood. Real talk. I mean, you know, and then I hear New York rats in New York are gangster. They square up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dude. So when Emilce and I went to New York, those rats, they are some fatters. Those rats in NYC. So we were in the subway station, and the rats literally stuck their head out of the crack where they're at, and I kid you not, man, like, their head is like, if the wall's here, their head is almost half their body's out, and they're like this. Like, it's gonna look weird. Damn, if my coworkers walk by, they're gonna be like, the fuck is he doing? Anyways, so he's like this, and then, like, the wall's here, and you just see him, like, and then we see the train. So Milson and I are, like, sitting here looking like, oh, hell no. That train really, really, really about to just hit that damn rat. Nah, man, you know, that rat, like, we thought it was dead. So the train comes, and I think the rat just kind of went in a little bit. Last cart comes out, that rat just comes out, looking at the train like, what's good? Nah, you ain't even, they set up, they throw up. I would not fight a New York rat. Hell no. Not any day. Can't do it. Just can't. But, dude, it's insane, dude. I'm telling you, animals, they crazy, you know? I mean, and Milo, my little Yorkie, God bless his heart, man. You know, there's only so much that Milo could really do. You know, he's 5 pounds. In fact, let me give him his due diligence. He's 5.14 pounds. You know, he tries. He thinks he's hardcore when he goes up against Squish. I mean, he's really not, but, you know, anyways. So, yeah, I guess that's, you know, the animals then too. But, No, that's why I don't think Godzilla attacked New York anymore, because them rats, man. You stack all them rats together. I think actually, if you stack about maybe just 5 of those New York rats together, you will probably end up getting the size of Godzilla. Yeah, it could be very well Master Splinter, man. Now, if I saw a turtle come out the cut with the rat in the subway station in New York, that's a rat. I'm not even gonna. Yeah. Oh man, these cats are 10 and 14 pounds. Yeah. Your cats would kill poor Milo, man. It's Milo. It's my Yorkie. Bless his heart, he ain't tearing nobody down. But anyways, so we thinking about, and again, I love the question about the ambience there. One of the things you could never, ever, ever recreate as far as what theme parks were back then to now, and maybe I've mentioned it before one time or another, but we went to DCA, well, not DCA, the parking lot that was DCA in front, and we used to pile up in a Dodge Caravan with my homies' friends and have a picnic in the parking lot, and literally not even 100 feet away was the entrance to Disneyland, and you can't really do that now, because if you're going to do a picnic, you're either going to take it with you and have it in that picnic area where the pin traders are at now. So I don't even know if you could picnic in there anymore, but it was dope. We only maybe bought a meal at Disneyland maybe once, and usually it would be at that, what's that place, that Rancho place that's right next to Big Thunder Mountains. And I couldn't stand their food. On God, I couldn't stand their food, because to me it was just, it had like fat chunks of onions, and I don't know, I didn't like it. It looks a lot better now. I actually just ate there not too long ago. It was pretty fun, but yeah, start taxing them. I agree. Gotta definitely start taxing them. Pass them dude. Rodents are vicious now, my friends. I'm telling you, those rodents are something else, man. But I don't know. Do you guys have any memories of theme parks? I mean, Squish will never have the experience of going through Big Thunder, or not Big Thunder, the Matterhorn. There you go. Rancho de Zocalo. Zocalo? That Rancho place, yeah. But yeah, back then I used to hate, in the back area, right? I remember it, but I never had it. I could pretty much pinpoint what we ate when we went to Disneyland as a kid. One, we would go to Rancho. I don't even know if the name of it was Rancho before. It could have been, but I couldn't stand, honestly could not stand their beans because of their fat onion chunks they had in it. And I felt like I just tasted and smelled like onions all day after I ate there. But, and if not there, then we went to the Galactic Grill, whatever the name of that was at the time, and had a cheeseburger there. Nothing really else, just cheeseburger, fries, Coke. Back when McDonald's was hustling fries at Big Thunder, and we talk about that all the time, and even to date, that's all they did. And you know how many times like we went, well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but they perfected their fries because that's all they did. So actually, I took a girl on a date to Disneyland, and I'm sure Amy won't watch this replay. But it was a long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. Like, so long ago. I don't even remember the girl's name. Yeah, that's way long ago. See how I'm trying to cover my bases? Like, long time ago. Yes. And, I was kind of forced in a way to kind of take her over there, but she's like, oh, I'm hungry. So I bought her McDonald's fries. That was our date. Bought her McDonald's fries and went on to Mark Twain, that riverboat, and went over there. It was solid. That was the best. And then she's like, oh, we could just share one. I go, I ain't share my fries. You get your own, I get my own. And that's cool. Get full. Because it's all you getting. I'm not a mean person, but I wasn't feeling the girl. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of forced to do it. 1:39 p.m. Oh, thanks for telling me, watch. Yes, Tomorrowland Terrace. There you go. That's what it was. Casa de Fritos. Was it called Casa de Fritos? But my mom used to pack burritos, bean burritos. You know what? And Amy's been hinting that she wants to do that next time we go, or Amy has a kick, and the thing is that we just get overly packed and we can't do what we want to do in time. But she says, "Oh, we're gonna make a chorizo burritos, or we're gonna take." So actually, she bought hash browns, and she goes, "Oh, we could make egg hash browns and sausage burritos before we go." Fill in a blank. I'm still waiting for us to actually do it, but yes, but yeah, but those McDonald's were dope. So when I would go with my homies to McDonald's, we literally would post up where they would sell because the name of the cart I think said Westwood Ho on the cart where that sold the fries, and we would sit at the bench that was literally right next to it, and we would watch people have straight arguments with the people selling the food, talking about they'll go, "Oh, you know what, I'll take a Big Mac combo," and you just hear them say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, all we sell is fries." Like, what do you mean? How are you gonna have a McDonald's name on fries and not have the combo? Oh, we just serve fries. But what do you mean? Said it was just watching them fight back and forth would be the funniest thing, and we got a kick out of doing that. That was so fun. My godfather used to be he used to be an animator, I assume, or an artist of some sort for Disney. So he said back then they literally would just have bowls full of day tickets for Disneyland. So every now and then he would literally just grab a stack and give it to us. So that's why we were at Disneyland. Take all the homies. So we'd go to Disneyland a lot based off of those passes. There was no DCA really at that time. So, yeah. So there was only Disneyland you had to deal with. I remember, let's see, where's it? Flying over to Star Tours queue on the People Mover was cool. Yes. People Mover, I regret. I honestly regret. Well, not regret because I didn't do anything. But the People Mover was one of those things that they should have just left in place. I honestly think that was probably one of the most timeless rides at Disney that I don't think would have ever gotten old. Because as this for Tomorrowland, if Tomorrowland, I think, went through based on what I think Walt wanted it to be done, where Tomorrowland was always evolving, the People Mover would have stood the test of time. Because as rides were being changed, as Space Mountain changes throughout the different seasons, to have that People Mover go through wouldn't have never, like, even with construction for like when the submarine voyage went to Nemo's voyage, like all that construction, it would have been dope. They should have left that. Now, Rocket Rods was a dope ride if you had a chance to ride that, because that thing was broken more than Rise Against the Resistance was, like, but it was Rocket Rods was dope. It was a quick ride. But again, it's so bummed that ride didn't work out. But nonetheless, should have left the People Mover there. Used to have tickets for rides at Disney. I remember the monorail stopped at Disneyland Hotel. See, I never had the experience to have that. You know, I remember when, at least from the part I remember, the monorail was just the monorail. It was just a ride to take you around the park, get off. That was it. Didn't stop anywhere, didn't load up anywhere. Just to circle around and away you went. Just fries on deck. Yep, you're right. Absolutely. Fries on deck. What do you want? Fries. You're good. And that's it. Fries and ketchup. But their fries are so dope, you ain't need the damn ketchup. It was just so good. But tickets, yeah, if you have any of those tickets, man, it is definitely collectible. Let me see. I think I saw Justin. Oh, good to know, Justin. Well, hopefully, my IG's always glitchy. But how you doing, man? Hope all is well with you, brother. I remember Radio Disney was broadcasting Middle Tomorrowland. Yes, and Innovations was dope in itself, too, you know? And again, that's another thing, too, that I would say kind of sucked in regards that if they would have kept up with Innovations of today, just in general, where it was just literally a place of all the new tech coming out, that would have been dope. And again, just at this point, you could really just tear down that building and create a new something anywhere there. You know what I'm saying? Could have just easily have done that as well. But yeah, if you have any of those old school tickets, I know those things are very collectible as well. And then let's see. So everyone was saying, "What up to Justin?" Didn't it become still test track for a while? It was the People Mover. I think the People Mover went from that to the Rocket Rods. And then your IG sucks. Yep, mine does too. And you know what? And here's what my IG sucks. And I was meaning to send a message out and I realized, I'm like, how didn't I get this message? Or I overlooked it. I was at Besame on Saturday and I didn't have reception. So I think a lot of messages in the order they were supposed to come in dropped. So conversations I was having got outdone by conversation that had come in. So I had a lot of missed messages I'm still trying to get through. Thanks, Besame. I had a great time, but you sucked on my cell phone. You put your hand under the light to get in. Now it's magic bands. Yeah, and I think let me see. Never got a chance to ride. Oh yeah, it was always broken, man. And man, it was so cool. And I think I missed some stuff too. But love the people mover. Absolutely, I feel like that about ET at Universal. Man, if you could count, I rode it quite a bit of times. I'm not gonna lie, and I actually even waited. I was fortunate sometimes where it just reopened and I ran right through and jumped on, so it was cool. But ET, oh my god, I miss ET, man. And when I got to go back on it in Florida, oh my god, such a fun time. Beluga Whale, hello Bacon. I'm going to Disney tomorrow. Me and my family driving to LA right now. Have a blast, Beluga Whale. We are going to be at Disney tomorrow as well. The Squish has her parent-teacher conferences. So as soon as she wraps up parent-teacher conferences, we are off to Disney. So if you guys are there in the afternoon, hit me up. We'll be there. I don't think we're gonna go live, but never say never. Who knows? We have not streamed from Disney in a hot minute and a half. So, I don't know. So yeah, if you want to say hello, we'll be there. I'll have stickers on me. I don't remember the monorail stopping at the hotel. See, I don't remember this. I think I did a lot of just brain dead stuff when I was at Disney. I don't remember. I do miss McDonald's fries in the parks. Me too, Jude. Me too. But I think if I missed it, I know you said you get your hand stamp and go across the street to go everywhere. Yeah, it was a little easier to do things back then, man. Just get your hand stamp, walk back in. And even with Universal, I know I joked around a lot. Because you're young, you're dumb, and I couldn't afford passes, but I did have a homie back then, so Universal, don't hate me, man. I was young, dumb, and full of, well, you know how that goes. But we would go in. My one homie, I think his mom worked for Universal, had what it looked like a wristband, and that's how they used to get in. He had one of these wristbands. He would get himself in. They would stamp his hand, and then literally walk right out. Walk in, walk out, fresh stamp. We would wait at the turnstile as we're walking. Press this. Hands in. Alright. In. Cool. Homie goes in. Gets his hand stamped on the opposite hand. Or goes in with the hand stamp. Goes in. Hand stamped. Walks right out. We would wait right there. And we would do the press. In. Quick transfer. I go in. Go in right there. Get my hand stamped. Last homie. Stamp, go in. So just to make sure every hand stamp was just in place, there was this store. Actually, it's where the studio store is right now. Like, there used to be like a glow in the dark store, if you remember City Walk back then. And we would go under the black lights and double check that all stamps look somewhat decent. And usually people didn't even care. They just wanted to see something reflective. And on occasion, my buddy bought actually a black light marker and just dabbed it on himself, and he went in and said, I'm gonna see if this works, and it worked. So that's how we used to get into Universal way back in the days. Again, to protect myself way back. Obviously you can't do that now. You need a fingerprint. But dude, so yeah, have a blast. If I don't see you tomorrow, Beluga Whale, can you guys take me to a time machine so Justin, I think you would have dug the old school Disney, man. Yeah, I talked about, let me see, what else did I miss? I know I'm missing some. So if I do miss any, you're going to say something, please put it again. If I miss it, I am so sorry. I just started ranting and raving and I forget what I'm talking about. And then Disney dollars, I don't remember Disney dollars, but I think Amy or her mom, one of them had a Disney dollar. Knott's has dollars too. So we actually have that where it was a Knott's. They gave him a Knott's dollar when we went for something, and that was pretty cool. We actually just saved it. We didn't even spend it. It was a great place to get away from the crowds and heat innovations. Yes, but yeah, that's it was a dope place. We would hang out there for hours. It was actually pretty entertaining. I liked it. It was dope. I had a good time there. Let's see, Innovation Building was pretty fun. It was dope, man. They just need to do it. And in the Sky Buckets, absolutely. That's what I was saying. I wish Squish would have actually experienced that. Going through the Matterhorn. And even if you go through to the, where's that magical map show that they have over before you get into Toontown? I think, if I'm not mistaken, you could still see the remnants of where the old station is. Where the Sky Buckets used to go to. I still have my Disney dollars. Take a picture of it, D, if you have it. I want to see it. Hey, thank you so much, Rochelle. Have a great one. Relax after Costco. In fact, eat a lot of Costco while you're there, man. Gotta love them samples, though. But thanks so much for joining on in. Oh, you'll be there on Monday? Yeah, dude. It's always fun, man. Let me see. I'll be in my movable fish tank. You can't miss me. Perfect. Well, hopefully you could get out of the movable fish tank and go swim in the rivers of America. I think you would have a great time in the rivers of America. Bring FL Vlog so we can have a seafood eating contest. I will see what my man is doing. I remember to go in the dark stamps for re-entry. Telling you, the black light stamps, man. Yeah, the Skyway buckets were so dope. I love them, man. Yeah, D, if you take them, please, yeah. Actually, I think it's got due to no, it wasn't that far deep into to Star Wars Galaxy. It actually ended around that area, and then the other one was somewhere. I have to look it up and see exactly where it was at. But the gondolas were neat going through the Matterhorn. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was, but it may very well that they've gotten rid of them, but I'll take a look and see, because I remember I used to have them down. Because I really missed it. When they closed it, man, it was one of those things that I was like, man, that's crazy, dude. Like, I wish they would have left that there. But even then, going back to the original point off of this, was the ambience from back then to now. Like, I have a vivid description. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it's just literally just me that remembers it this way. But Main Street smelt almost perfect, like the perfect smell of deliciousness with the perfect smell of, I don't know what else to say, like it just smelled perfect. Everything was clean. You did not see one piece of trash. You did not see any type of anything. Those bathrooms were simply amazing. Yeah, see, they're hidden steps somewhere still for the Sky Buckets. Okay. So that's, yeah, I know they're over there somewhere. I don't think they've gotten rid of the entirety of everything. But now Disney is just, and it's pandemic. I'm not gonna chalk it up to anything that a lot of people that were there are not there anymore, got new people, and the generation nowadays just doesn't really care like the old school generation does, where work ethics and everything was there, and I don't mean to start off on a rant, but just dealing with people that come in for jobs, their applications, their ability to work, or their will to want to work, and leave their representation of themselves in their work, and even when you go to Disney now, it's you ask a question, and sometimes from some of the cast members, some just give you the worst attitude, like, dang, I just asked a simple question, my bad, I don't know, I don't work here. But then there are cast members that go above and beyond, that really give you the real Disney magic and fun and everything, and they're the ones that makes me want to keep going. But yeah, it's Bacon. Disneyland grounds were immaculate. You know what? They were, and it just nowadays they're just not. Main Street smells like boo boo. Like before, there was always one spot ever since I could remember, and that was right in front of the town hall. What's up, Daniel? Man, the storm is coming in. Daniel Storm. What's up, brother? Hey, man. Thank you for hanging out with us on your break from class. But yeah, right in front of town hall or city hall or whatever you call it, that always smelled like boo boo. Like was boo boo right there. But now it seems that the smell has now carried all the way down Main Street, and even by like the bathrooms over in Frontierland. But okay, retired from Disneyland in August. I worked at the front gate scanning tickets. Awesome, man. Chances are I probably bumped into you, man, or walked over there, you know. We go to Disney a lot, and we just, I mean, sometimes we say nothing. We just literally go and, just, I don't know. We just literally just go and just say nothing, just enjoy the day. And that's what I could honestly say about even with our UB2B journey right now, is that we don't forget to do the family time or the friends time. Where if I'm hanging out with friends, I'm not doing any content. We're just hanging out, you know. So true, the smells are not pleasant on Main Street. Yes, and before, like, you would smell whatever Carnation was cooking, whatever Plaza had going on. Like, you would smell these smells, and it would be like, man, you know. I used to get a grabber from my manager and pick up the trash in the area between the gates and the train station. Yeah, you see, like, people cared, you know, and I think people not caring is very, very evident now. That people really just don't care about the work, you know, and it is sign of the times, I guess, and it's something we have to, you know, come accustomed to. But I'll give it to Universal, man. Universal actually used to be kind of trashy in certain ways too, but now Universal is pretty clean for the most part, you know. Knott's is actually, well, when they got rid of Little Edgar's with the chaperone policy, it's actually pretty good, you know, over there as well. It's just like Disney, there's just some areas, man, that are just, dang, man. And Tomorrowland, like, Tomorrowland used to be my favorite land. And now, I don't know if I have a favorite land anymore. Dude, Universal is definitely coming from Marie. How are ya? How are ya? How are ya? Welcome on in. Universal is coming for that crown. They are shooting their shots. I started laughing when they started doing headbands, when they started coming out with balloons, little things, man. They got the mobile ordering going on now. Very pleasant experience ordering my pizza with the mobile ordering stuff too. So the Universal is doing their thing, you know, and the only thing that's really hurting Universal is their lack of space, you know. But I really hope that somehow they figure out how to build, and I think with the construction of the new roller coaster, that's going to give them a whole brand new perspective on how to do things, you know. But it's, again, never going to take away from the OG Universal. Like, oh, I'm doing very well, thank you so much, Marie, thank you. And yes, Paula, congrats on your retirement, Manny, man. Now it's your time to just hang out and just chill and listen to people like me ramble about Lord knows what. So hope you're enjoying that retirement for sure. I'll never forget going on Pirates of the Caribbean. Kids behind me said it smells like diapers. What? And I love that smell of Pirates. That's the one thing that has never ever changed. Never changed to me. Not Scary Farm should not do a back policy. Imagine you had to find parking far away. But you know what though, Justin, I hear you. I 100% hear you. But you got to understand that there's a lot of kids nowadays that screwed that up for everybody, especially at Knott's. Knott's got so ghetto, it's the reason why I didn't go for almost a year. It just got stupid ghetto. And if these kids found ways to sneak in things, sneak in contraband, sneak in drinks, sneak in bottles, sneak in a bunch of everything too, it just became too much. So am I upset with it? I'm not pleased about it, but I get why they had to do it. They literally had to declare martial law over there, put chaperone policies in place, as well as their bag policies in place. And again, I think that was for the safety of all the kids, and seniors too, because they would punk around seniors over there too. It just, I don't know, man. Times have changed, and they have to, you know, for the safety. That's why we started going back. The vibe of old school Knott's is back now that they kind of did things to get rid of Little Edgar's, you know. My favorite, I would probably go with you, Manny. I think New Orleans Square is probably my favorite, minus the closure of Splash Mountain. I mean, I'm excited to see what Tiana's is, but I'm forever gonna miss Knott's. They need to add more space. I agree. They need to buy that golf course, man. Let's have a new park over there. What's your favorite place to get food from at Disney? Honestly, my favorite food place, and it hasn't changed, is if I'm not having a chimichanga in my hand, a breakfast chimi or a regular chimi, Plaza Inn's chicken is probably my go-to for sure. Is without a doubt, without a question, Plaza Inn. That's mine for sure. The fried chicken is phenomenal. Jude agrees. Like the bag policy, it's for safety. It sucks, but it is true. And yeah, but like anywhere else, some people love their jobs and it shows, and some people really hate their jobs and it shows. Yeah, I used to have a lot of fights. On my birthday, we went my birthday weekend, and literally a fight broke out right next to us. And then one little Edgar sat there trying to square up, and I'm like, dude, you messing with the wrong one, dude. Don't get it twisted, man. I may be husky, but husky people put it down. So, yeah. So, and I think that was the last visit we had until we went back to. Knots has always been, you know what? And I think why we didn't see it a lot is because we used to take Squish a whole lot during the week, and they weren't in there during the parks at the week. But who used to be really ghetto was Six Flags, and that's why we never went. I don't think my mom, that's the one place she banned me from going. She let me drive around the country, but not to Six Flags, because there were so many there, and Raging Waters, gang fights, man, all over. People would get stabbed inside. They would stab you with anything and everything at Six Flags. And the same thing, gang fights would be breaking outside of Raging Waters too. It was insane. I was called names at Knott's waiting in line for chicken. Yeah, the outside area is a whole different beast too, man. There's no chaperone policy out there, man. But it's a trip. It's gotten a little better, I think. I like New Orleans Square as well as home to Splash. Yeah, Splash is gone though. Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder, and Pirates. Yep. Splash is gone, and nothing will ever replace. I don't care how good Tiana is. Like, you ever see his stepbrother? He goes, "I'm never gonna call him dad." It's like, no one's telling you to call him dad. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm never gonna call that Tiana. It's not gonna be good. I don't care how good it is. I don't think it's gonna be good. But hopefully, it continues to get back to their roots. It has to, and I really do feel like they have. By doing their like Boysenberry, where they have like the marketplace booth set up. They think they are really trying to explore to get back to that area, and I hope they never lose it, and that they have that specialness to Knott's, because it was something that, it will always resonate with me. My first roller coaster I ever went on was Boomerang. When Hang Time was Boomerang, first roller coaster I ever been on. First log ride I ever went on was the Timber Mountain, before it was Calico or whatever it was. That log ride was the first time. My first time I really made out with the girl was on at over on a field trip, yeah, nonetheless, at Knott's Berry Farm. So that will always hold a special place in my heart, for sure. That's true, man. Some wanted to fight people because the lines were. So some lady wanted to fight Dee's mom because the lines weren't organized. Yeah, they take it out on the wrong people, man. And what doesn't help sometimes is that the workers there suck, and then they just allow the fights to go down. It's crappy. I don't understand why, but we have a low center of gravity. I'm telling you, man. 5 feet of just straight dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Straight dangerous. There's a reason why I'm a security here around these neck city woods. That's why I keep the place safe. I'm just joking. But must be Karen complaining about lines. There's always Karen complaining about lines. Any theme park, one way or another. But you know what, Jude? You're right. Disney has started. I don't know what is going on with Disney, man. But they have had their fair share of the little Edgars and the ghettos running around, and the Karens, I should say. Yeah, dude, and I was devastated. So, and you know what's, and it's sucky because here's the flip side to that too. You know what makes it really hard on things as well is that there's a lot of streamers that are out there, and there's a lot, and obviously I'm cool with everybody. I love everybody, but people that you never really hear me mention about. Some of these streamers are the ones that ruin experiences for these theme parks, they're loud on rides, or they're cutting people to get the shot. They're cutting, there's a lot of things that's happening with some of these streamers. So some of the guests have taken note of some of these streamers, and now they are kind of lashing out against us. Me, I'm in my own world, man. I'm not trying to do anything. I literally roam around, talk, and chat with y'all. And I don't even really go on rides because Disney, I don't have reception. I don't even recall the last time I streamed at Disney. But regardless, some of them are killed, and I know that kind of helps. That doesn't help the juju over in the area as well, Let's see. If my ever kids saw I talk like, did I go? Okay, I'm at the bottom, I think. Like that, so help them, yeah. And I Squish knows, you could do, you could know all the kickboxing you want. You could be mas chingona and be the most, toughest person out there. But if you ever disrespect anybody, it's Daddy that's gonna have to deal with you, and you're gonna have to see how Daddy gets down. D, have a great day. Thank you so much for being in here. Thank you. You are the bomb. Can't wait. I hope you vlogged at Great Wolf, maybe, if not. And my Besame thing should be out, I don't know, probably in the next couple days or so. So thank you, D. Oh yeah, as a streamer myself, I always show respect to other guests as well. I do. And in all actuality, like, we always joke around too, where I say, when I say Jimmy's my security guard, it's not because we're doing anything bad, but there's been occasions where Jimmy has sat in because people will sit there and talk. They'll talk and they'll run their mouth because they see us that we're streaming and try to be funny and do all of this, and then ultimately Jimmy has to step in and tell him some stuff. So it's a trip, man. And you know what? It comes down to our own basic principles. The way we always say, be respectful, be kind, spread love. That's it. And that's across with everybody. We're not messing with you. Don't mess with us. And just, the world's already jacked up, man. Why add more hate, man? Just spread that love. You know what I'm saying? But I was so emotional. I went in the gift shop. One of the employees was so kind. He gave me his discount on a ring I purchased. See, and there are good people that work there. Hands down. The craziest, coolest people that are out there, I taught my kids to respect people no matter if they disagree. What happened to me was uncalled for. I was just minding my own business. And some people just thrive on that, And, I ain't got time for that. I honestly ain't got time for that. We cut people off. If we've done nothing and you have an issue, we cut people off. I ain't got time for that. I honestly do not got time for that. However, when I'm streaming on the studio tour, I always talk quietly during the tram tour. When I go inside King Kong Earthquakes, I always stay silent. Yeah. That's the way to do it. When I'm streaming on the studio tour, I have my mic that's right here. I don't have a mic on me right now because it's quiet in here and the phone's right here. But literally, I'm like talking like this. So if anybody's been on the studio tour with me, you can't really hear me, like, at all. It sounds loud, but I'm like literally talking like this. I'm like pretty much to the point of whispering, like, this and this and then this. So, it's always good to just be respectful. My son is always extremely respectful towards. Good, Manny. Great parenting. Honestly, great parenting. Yes, root streamer make it harder on everyone. Other guests, courteous streamers. Yes. Again, you're absolutely right. You have to, common courtesy. It's not so common anymore, but, some of us have to suffer for it, But again, for the most part, everyone that we know, they doing their thing and they good. But, alright, my friends. Well, I appreciate it. I do got to get to the stack of paperwork. I have about another 3 hours of work here today. And then, I think we're getting round table pizza today, so I'm pretty excited about that. But, I think we will, I don't know if we're going to have another lunchtime this week because, Squish isn't have school on Friday. So I'm not quite sure what the schedule will. But if we do have another one, it may actually be on Friday morning, or maybe I do stream with Squish Mañana. I don't know. So just make sure you guys have those notifications turned on. And then if you happen to stumble on our little channel and you weren't here and you're watching the replay, gang, please make sure you guys, consider subscribing. Hit that little button. You know, it's free, as you hear everybody says. But hope work goes smoothly. Always dig these lunch. I appreciate that, Doom. I appreciate you guys doing this with me too. You know, it's just something I look for. It actually gives me something to look forward to while I'm working. So I try to bust my ass during the day, knock out as much work as I can, so that we can knock out these lunch streams. And I'll continue doing them as long as you guys continue, you know, joining in with me. You know. No, I thank you for the topic of your discussion, man. Thank you so very much. And again, send me a message. Tell me what y'all want to talk about. I am so down to talk about whatever. What's up, Randy? How you doing, brother? No, we didn't end up going to Orange Julius. Squish really wanted boba, so I had to give in and take the little booger to get boba. But I told her next week it is on. We're going to Orange Julius for sure, man. But all of you guys are the bomb.com. 3K before my B-Day next month. So help a brother out. Let me get out there. You guys are the bomb. Thank you so much for everything you do. And I will see you guys on the next stream. Love y'all. Bye, everybody. Yay.